Hello, you guys. I would like to talk to you for a second. um, Basically, I would like to talk about healing and how your friends have a role in your healing process, but ultimately how God has the ultimate role in your healing process. So I'm gonna stop playing with y'all. Okay. So if anybody, really follows me closely or whatever, I'm not, it's like I don't hide my struggle. I don't hide my hurt. I don't hide my pain. Or I try not to. I'm very transparent, which is what I'm called to be. It's what God has called me to do. And it just dawned on me because one of the things that came to my mind is it is God's responsibility. God is responsible for you. And when I say that, literally, I feel peace, knowing that there's someone that's greater than me that willingly takes on the responsibility of what it takes to heal me and what it takes to walk with me. And so you are God's responsibility. It is his responsibility to take care of you. And I say that because he's Father. When I think about raising kids and how the Lord tells us to, raise your kids as they should go, God's not going to tell you to do something that he doesn't already do himself. And literally, those who are, believe in Jesus Christ, we are his children, and he is raising us, and he is trying to raise us in the way that we should go. And ultimately, he is responsible for us. And the responsibility that he has is not burdensome on him. It's not. You're not a burden to God. You can't be. He made the universe. Hello. No. But yeah, he made the universe. So how in the world could you ever be a burden to a great God like that? So I hope that gives you peace. But I wanted to, touch bases on your friend's role in your healing process. And I'm going through this like right now. So I'm pretty sure that as time progresses and as I grow in this, I will probably add on to it, which is fine. But I'll just say where I am right now. It is not necessarily your friend's responsibility to help heal you. That is something that should be a choice for them. It should be a choice. It always should be a choice. It frees them of the burden to be God, or be a God in your life. And I think that ultimately we have to look at our friends and our family and people that we love with that lens, that our ultimate person that we should lean on is God and how he chooses to heal us, because God knows that man is fickle, and not only are they fickle, but they are weak compared to the strength of God. Like, God can handle all of you, and everything that comes with you. And your friends and your family, they just can't. They're not that strong. They're not that strong. and it more so puts your thoughts or even like your gaze back to him. So it leaves God responsible to send you who he needs to send you to replenish you and to help heal you. And I think, now ultimately, I do believe that if you call yourself someone's friend, I do believe that you should be a friend, you know? And I do believe that if your friend has been verbal about going through things or struggles, and even if they haven't been verbal, I do think that you should. I'm not saying that it, you have to, but I'm saying that you should be open-minded about their struggle, or even struggles that they have not verbalized but you can see, and so, but that takes maturity in the faith. A lot of us may not be that mature to be able to recognize that, hey, this is a struggle, this is a flaw, so therefore, since it's a flaw, it's a weakness, and therefore I need to be praying for them, and therefore I need to go to God about how can I help them. And if God wants you to help them, good. If God says, take your hand off of them, then be obedient, take your hand off of them. You know what I'm saying? But once again, that takes maturity in the faith, that takes relationship, with God. A lot of times, sometimes it doesn't, anything's possible for God. But for the most part, it does take some maturity to be able to recognize that, all right, something's off or whatever, But ultimately, I want to talk to the individual who is going through their healing process. And if your friends aren't there for you like you feel like they should be there for you, I hope that you also recognize or are able at some point, whether it's that time period or maybe later on, I hope that you're able to recognize that they're human too. And I hope that you give them grace too, because we all need grace. We all need grace. If you're willing, and every situation is different. This is a general video. It's not very specific. So, everybody's situation is different. You have to kind of gauge what you need to do when it comes to people by what God tells you to do, or even what you know inside that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually God talking to you. But either way, take the burden off of those that are closest to you to always have to be there for you. I think that there are people that God literally has graced them to be there for you like that, strongly. I feel like my mom is someone that's graced for me because she's really been able to walk closely with me in my mess. But then there are some friends that I know that can't handle me the way my mom can handle me. She's graced for me. She's anointed for me. But some friends, they don't have that capacity because they haven't matured. They haven't grown. They may be dealing with their own issues. You know what I'm saying? And so because I am where I am in my walk with Christ, I'm able to also see that, okay, you know what? Let me put this person in their place in my life. This is their place in my life, and that's just where they are. And I don't need to hold anything more on them than where they are, because this is where they are. And guess what? There's someone greater than them that can handle all of me. And there's someone greater than them that has willingly made the decision to be responsible for me and my growth and wants to help me all the time. So I hope that has helped somebody, and I hope that was clear. I hope that you understand that, and I love you guys. Like I said, I'm walking through this journey with you guys, and that's it. All right.